Wesley, talk a little bit about just the physical nature of the game, and it really was going to come down to which team was tougher.
Man, we knew Notre Dame was a great team, man. We knew we was going to come in, and we know they weren't just going to bow down to us. So we knew it was going to be a game all 4 quarters we was going to have to fight, and that's what we did, and we got the W.
Wesley, just after they tie it up, you guys get the game-winning field goal with like a minute left. Just take us through just the mentality of the defense on that final drive to make sure that the lead stayed where it was.
We practice that all the time. We practice that every day. Them T2 situation, 2 minutes left in the game, defense got to make a stop. We practice that every day. So we knew that one day it was going to have to show up, and it showed up first game, and we got the job done.
This is this program's first win over a top 10 team since 2017. To just get that after last season and the way you guys were building towards this, what does that mean for you as a player?
Man, it feels good, man. We work hard this offseason, every single one of us. We work hard, man, and for us to come out here and win this first game after last season, man, it feels amazing. And now we just got to keep on building and go 1-0 every week.
When the game was on the line, Ben and Mesidor really stepped up and took it over. Your thoughts on them?
That's Bane and Mesidor, man. They do that every day in practice. I see it all the time. I knew one of them was going to come clutch, if not both.
Just the crowd sold out here. Just what was that like playing with that crowd tonight?
Man, it was amazing. We feed off that, just the energy, the noise. We feed off it when we on defense. The crowd get amped up. Man, there's no better feeling.
Love came in here as like one of the most heralded backs in the country. You guys obviously had a pretty good night against him. What do you think the challenge was, and why were you successful tonight?
Man, just getting in that film room every day, just in the off season, meeting up, doing player walkthroughs. It's all paying off. Like, we know this team is special, and we know what we have. So now we just gotta, like I said, keep on going 1-0 every week.
C.J. Carr, this kid's a pretty poised young kid, and he's only just a freshman. Can you imagine what he'll be like a little bit later? I know you guys really stepped up when it really mattered, but this kid showed a lot of poise.
Yeah, great quarterback, great player. Looking forward to what he does in the future.
Anything else for Wes? Wes, Corey Heatherman, you guys talked about communication and just not having breakdowns, and just one tonight. Did it feel pretty good as far as the job overall that you guys did as a unit?
Most definitely. I feel like it's night and day from last year, man. I feel like we came a long way, and I feel like it could be even better. So we just got to keep building on that, and like I said, keep going 1-0.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you.
Surprised at how big of a role you played in this game tonight?
Not really. I knew my time would be, or my name would be called when the time comes. I just had to be ready. I practiced it during practice, and I was ready for it.
Touchdown to start the second half, just barreling through with the chaos and whatnot. Just take us through that and how it felt once you actually got into the end zone.
It felt great. And then Cooper, CC, all them boys pushing me. It was great to have them behind me and pushing for me for that touchdown.
What did it feel like out there from just from the crowd and the buzz and under the lights, all that stuff?
It felt wonderful. It was a blessing just to be under there and all the fans, feeling the crowd noise, all of it. It was great.
Hey, Marty, as the game went on, Coach Cristobal was starting to go to you more and more. How much more confidence were you able to gain as you begin to compile up the carries, knowing that they really needed a good running attack to try to slow Notre Dame down?
Yeah, I felt confident. I've been here before in tight games like this, so it was nothing new to me.
Marty, just your thoughts on how Carson was able to lead the offense tonight?
Oh, yeah, he's a general. He's a leader in practice, and it showed up today. He's going to be a leader in game because he does it in practice.
You guys had a 10-point lead. They obviously tied it. 3 minutes to go. You guys go back on the field. What was Carson saying to you guys in the huddle, and what were you guys thinking on that drive?
Just controlling what we control and just keep being physical and keep playing our cane football. That's all.
You say you've been here before, but this was Miami Notre Dame on national TV, opening weekend, 2 top 10 teams playing.
Yeah. Coach talked about substance, and then, I just really didn't really feed into the crowd or like the game itself, really just, executing the plan for sure.
Have you do you think about the Miami-Notre Dame rivalry going into the bunch? I know Notre Dame hasn't won here. This is the 7th time that they haven't won since they've been here. Now, thanks to you, you added number 7. But what are your thoughts about the Miami-Notre Dame rivalry? Did you have any idea or conceptualize it as a kid?
Yeah, I had an idea. They informed me with multiple videos on how much, this is a big game. And, I came in here just, ready to compete and help the team win.
With you and Jordan and Mark and everybody in your room, just how confident do you feel about your group of running backs?
I feel really confident. The way we put pressure on each other every day, it speaks volume in our room just to how we compete and how we build each other up. It's pretty easy to just perform because, we put so much pressure on each other every day. So.
Marty?
Yeah,
Marty, just what did you see on the final drive? What was it like to be a part of that? What did you see from the guys up front, those multiple carries you got?
Oh, yeah, it was great. We were straining to win, and, that's what we did. So.
Yeah, Marty, you have Bethune-Cookman coming in next week, a far different opponent than the one that you have. So do you think you'll be able to get more reps to try to work on certain things with an opponent which that isn't quite nearly as good as Notre Dame to be able to add as the year goes on?
For sure, yeah. Just, opponent like that, or, just staying focused in practice and, keep going hard. That's all we can do.
Marty, your touchdown, it was an interesting play, just the way it finished off. What was it like being a part? What did you kind of see as the play continued there?
It was great, just blessed just to keep, running the ball and having the line behind me. It was great.
Thanks, Marty. Thanks.
Ruben, what was the bigger highlight for you, the pick or the pressure that you guys were able to get on the last 3 or 4 snaps of the game?
Oh, man. Can I say both? Both, man. It was amazing, man. Pick, I didn't even know I caught it. I just felt something in my hand, so I started running. Then the pressure with me and him, we've been talking about that since my freshman year, so now we actually making it come to life. I can't even choose.
Hakeem, you've been through so much, and I know you've always had this in you, but when the game was on the line tonight, you became a different player. And, really the two of you in tandem just took the thing over on that final drive. Just talk about what was going through your mind in that situation.
Man, we do 2-minute drill every day in practice, every single day. And honestly, it's just the work we put on Green Tree, the work me and Ruben putting together, the work I do individually on my own. It's just, for that all to come together, it was special, and we just had to take advantage of this moment and get after it.
Wesley was in here and he said this defense is night and day different from last year's group. You guys, I think, only had one breakdown in pass coverage the whole game. Just to be able to get on the same page under Coach Heatherman, can you talk about that process and why it is that you guys are so good tonight?
Oh, man, that process coming from the bond we have within each other, that's what make it really different than just holding each other accountable, having a strong connection, communication-wise. Obviously, Coach Heatherman, he done some things to improve us, especially with communication-wise and how we talk to one another. But just the bond we have together as a team, whether we get an extra film in, we get extra walkthroughs in, we talking late at night in our group chats about things we may see in the game. That's the night and day difference right there, talking.
Go ahead, Andrea.
For both of you guys, Coach Cristobal said he knew that you would have an opportunity to get after the quarterback there on the last drive. You could just sense it. What was it about that confidence and knowing that you guys could kind of take control of the game there and win it?
Hey, we go against Cece and Markel every single day. They get us prepared for moments like this. And again, we go through 2-minute drill every single day in the hot sun on Green Tree. So when the lights are up, it's cool outside, and the moment is right, we're going to get after it. 3 and 4 all day.
All day, man. Best in the nation. But like you say, we go against CC and Kel every day, man. So having that opportunity to iron sharpen iron every single day and go against each other when we go in the game, nothing's compared to what we do on Green Tree. Nothing is compared to what we see on Green Tree and how we feel on Green Tree. We be dying in practice, but we get out here, we flying around having fun. Like what Cristobal said, man, practice should be harder than the games, and that's exactly what it is when we get out here. We do what we do. It's 3 and 4.
This is for both of you. You're both healthy. You were able to come out here and play with your teammates in a huge game like this. What did it mean to you to just be out there feeling good and playing as well as you did?
It meant a lot. Just having that long process we had trying to get the team where we are now and really see how we grew as a program means so much. How we just go about our business now, whether it's football, class, recovery, treatment-wise, and actually see everything we put in the work for actually coming to tuition on the field. And it could drop a tear from your eye, man.
Yeah. Even the interception, it was a bubble screen. You're out there making the interception. What the heck were you doing all the way out there on the in the flat? And how did you get out there so quickly in time to make that play?
In the words of Coach Heatherman, I was swarming. Violent swarm. We get to the ball. Every time he said the ball is strong, we should be swarming to the ball no matter what's happening. If it's an incomplete, complete, fumble, whatever, you should be by the ball at all times. And I was by the ball, and football gods bless me.
All week long, you guys have probably heard in the national press that you guys were underdogs. Did you take any of that talk and use that as a way to motivate you throughout the whole week to prove everybody wrong that, hey, you may call us underdogs, but we're anything but, and you're going to find out on Sunday night?
Yeah, man. Like, don't count us out. Don't ever count us out, man. That's how I feel about it.
I got particles as my wallpaper, man, so I definitely use it for motivation.
What do you think about it, too?
I don't take too kindly to disrespect, so if I see some, that's definitely my bulletin board work, and that's my mindset all week. If I'm tired, I got to think about that. I know somebody doubting us, somebody counting us out, and if they is, come Saturday, Friday, Sunday,
Put some respect
Thursday, whatever time it is, field, green tree, hard rock, concrete, you're going to get it in, whatever, and show you why we Hurricanes.
What article is that?
I'm not too sure it was on 3, but I mentioned my name was mentioned into it, and it wasn't in a positive manner. So.
It was not positive?
Yeah.
And yet had your name in it?
Yeah.
Ruben, first top 10 win for this program since 2017. Long time ago for you as a kid. This program hasn't had many big wins like tonight. What does that mean for you to be a part of it and be a part of the change?
Well, it means a lot. Everybody know I'm from down here, so, getting to actually feed into the program that I grew up watching, getting actually to be the person, a good reason why this happened tonight, along with my brothers on the field. Man, it's just heartwarming. Just knowing that this is the dreams I had coming as a kid growing up in Miami, man. It's the reason why I stayed home, so I could do things like this in front of my family, in front of the city.
Anything else? Great, thank you, gentlemen.
Cocaine, man, best in the nation.
We'll go right into questions for him.
Carter, just as you're lining up for that field goal with a minute left, just what's going through your head and just the reaction once you see it go through?
So, I always have a routine, so I try to do my routine as much as possible, try not to let the crowd, which was very active tonight, get into my head or any of my systems. And once I looked up at it and I saw it was in, I'd say my heartbeat kind of skipped plus accelerated because I was just so excited for it.
Carter, you came here probably thinking you were going to be the kickoff guy, and you beat out Abram Murray in spring, and now you beat out a kid that in the fall that kicked for Texas for a couple years. And what's that accomplishment mean to you?
It means the world. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be an easy journey to try to take the field goal job because, we have some great guys that come in and everything. But when I found out that I got it, I cried, I'll be honest. But I was just so ecstatic about that. It meant the world.
So after that first situation, how easy was it for you to shrug it off, say, I'm going to be out there later, and I'll go out there and find a way to decide this thing one way or the other? Because that was just an unfortunate situation that you walked into.
I trust in our guys. I know our snapper and our holder, Dylan and Adam, they're some of the best. They're the reason they're here. And I just didn't have to worry about it anymore. I told them, I was like, we're fine. It happens. We're human. Everything happens for a reason. And after that, we just went back to work.
You were, 2 of 7 on field goals last year and 4 of 11. What did they fix here to get you right?
It's just the system. We have a great holder and a great snapper, and it's not to bash my old team or anything like that, but it makes the world of a difference when the ball gets down a fraction of a second faster and everything like that. So, I mean, you get to see it longer, you get to focus more and trust the process more.
Coach was saying you make it from 55 regularly in practice, or?
I mean, wherever he sets it up, I kick it.
Has it sunk in yet that you're forever going to be known as the kicker who beat Notre Dame in 2025?
No, I'm still waiting to go see my parents so I could celebrate with them. And I already celebrated with the guys in the locker room, but I just want to go see my parents.
You know, there's never been a Miami kicker to beat Notre Dame the way you did.
There's a first for a reason.
Well, we know Andy made the New England Patriots, and it's good that he did because it adds a little light to the kicking program here. But now that you're following him, what brought you to Miami, and what do you feel you'll be able to make your mark here with the Canes, knowing that you have Carson Beck? Once he gets going, everybody getting the offense, that you'll make a difference as the year goes on.
I mean, I've known Andy since third grade because we grew up down here together. So I've been competing with him in all-star games, all these different things. So when I knew he was leaving, I texted him. I said, is there anybody coming for that spot? And then I kind of got my way in. But at the same time, I knew the blueprint that he's been a great kicker here, and it's not for no reason. He is a great kicker, but it's the system around him. He's just able to flourish in it.
You said on the radio you're not you didn't grow up a Miami fan. I was curious, who did you grow up rooting for as a kid?
I'll be honest, my dad is a Florida Gator, so kind of had to root for them. But, I mean, you grow out of it.
Yeah.
How did did you do anything growing up to develop the strong leg that you have?
Just played soccer until like 6th grade and then took kicking serious after that.
I know there's probably a lot of other memories to be made later this year, but when you go to sleep tonight and you think that, hey, you know what, I beat Notre Dame on national television, how good are you going to feel knowing that this team was in the college football playoff and they have the tradition that they have?
I mean, I might sleep 4 hours, but it's going to feel like 20. I'm just going to be that excited. I wake up tomorrow and do whatever I got to do.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Quarterback Carson Beck will go right into questions for him.
Carson, can you just take us through the mindset when they tied the game and you guys got the ball back, 2-minute drill to go for the winning score?
Yeah, I don't know. 2-minute offense is something that I think we stress a lot. It's something that we practice all the time. I mean, I think we practice it twice just this week on both of our, padded practice where it's like full, like we're going at each other, good on good. But something that you emphasize, because that's where games are won, right? Situational football, 2-minute offense, 4-minute offense, things like that, and being able to execute in those situations ultimately win you football games, especially close ones like tonight. When you're playing against a talented team like that, it usually comes down to those, minor situations. So, our mindset was to go down and score the ball, and obviously we're able to do that and kick it in, which, gosh, I was nervous, but we got it done, and man, I'm just so excited and thankful for the opportunity.
Carson, after what you went through last year at the end of the season and the surgery, how important was this performance tonight? You had a good performance, and the victory. What does this do for you going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything, but to be honest, for me, my focus was just on coming in here and, competing my butt off and playing as hard as I can and preparing in every single way that I could, as much as I could, and then ultimately just coming out here and trying to execute. Win, lose, or draw today, we would have had 11 more games guaranteed, right? Obviously, it feels a lot better to come out of here with the win, right, in the fashion that we were able to get it done in. But, man, the biggest thing that I'm so proud of our guys is we just played hard and we never gave up, right? Even when they were able to bring it back there in the fourth quarter, we didn't give up, and then we made plays when we needed to. So, again, super proud of these guys, and we really just played really hard.
Talk about Malachi.
You were somewhere else last year, obviously. Carter was somewhere else last year. CJ was somewhere else last year. I know that's the way it works now in college football, but how did this group of strangers become this team in a matter of weeks and months?
Yeah, I still remember the first day that I walked into the facility, and I mean, I was not even a month out of surgery. It was January 16th, and I walked in, and it was Coach Dawson and it was C.J. Daniels sitting at the table, and we looked at each other, and it was like we just knew that like what we had was, you know, about to be special. Never met the kid. Obviously, I'd heard of him, very talented, but it's like this like look of like respect of like, okay, like we're about to do this. Like we got the talent and the guys to do this. And nobody really knew going into tonight, but now they know. So I tried to tell people, but they don't tend to believe what I say. But that's fine. Actions speak louder than words. So. No, you're good. I was done. You're good.
But anyways, how glad are you to get this first game over with? And prior to the game, were there a lot of Hurricane alumni people from the past, because you had a lot of them there encouraging you that it's time for you to go ahead and really take this program going forward? Because I know that the alumni base is really, really close here in Miami as well. And then you get the first one out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, we were looking forward to this one big time, right? Especially for me, I hadn't played football in 8 months. And the last time that my team, obviously, was not this team, the team that I was on, the team that we played was them. And they beat us. So, obviously, I was looking forward to it, and I mean, I have the utmost respect for Notre Dame, and I mean, their defense played their butt off tonight. They got a lot of talent on that side of the ball, and I mean, they're going to win a lot of ball games this year. So, I mean, it came down to situational football, and I mean, we were able to execute that at a high level tonight. But yeah, I mean, guys coming in and speaking to us, and I mean, it's super cool. I mean, the Hurricane, there's Hurricane legends that, run deep. The orange and green blood runs deep, and obviously it's, something that I'm thankful and blessed to be a part of.
That C.J. Daniels, his touchdown catch at the end of the first half, can you just put in the words what you saw from him as he made that play?
Yeah, well, I was on my back while I was, and then I just seen him in the end zone, so I had no idea that he had caught it like that. So I'm over there like turning up because I threw a touchdown, whatever. I'm getting hype, and then I seen it on the big screen. I was like, oh my gosh! I was like, there is no way he just caught that. But man, I mean, shoot, he always tells me, man, just put it up there, I'll go get it. So, I mean, he proved that tonight.
Malachi Toney, 17 years old, doing what he was able to do tonight. Just what has stood out the most to you about, since you got here, seeing him in the spring, seeing him in the fall, throughout fall camp, what has stood out to you the most about what he has done to try and make his mark early?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was our secret little weapon tonight, but I don't think he'll be a secret anymore. Man, that kid is special, and obviously he's very talented and gifted, but the work that he puts in and his willingness to learn and his maturity for the age that he is off the charts. I remember the first day that I got in there with him, and you could just tell by the way he carries himself that he's a different type of player. And tonight, obviously, he was able to show that. But he's in the facility day in, day out from damn near 5 a.m. to whenever everyone's gone. He's the first one in, last one out. Like really is, and he's constantly meeting, constantly trying to get better, constantly picking my brain apart. He's made me better as a quarterback myself. So. Man, I'm really happy to have him on our team.
Carson, obviously there's so much growth ahead for this offense. Your thoughts just on all the things that looking forward to the season that you guys think should be able to do on offense now that you've got this one out of the way.
Absolutely. I think the first game of seasons are always very interesting. Now that I've been a part of 6 of them, but I mean tonight I think we showed that. We're physical. I think our O-line is really, really tough, really good, really physical, like I said. They can move people. They protect very well. They played an outstanding game tonight. We have a lot of talent at wideout, a lot of talent in the backfield. Our tight ends didn't really get into the mix tonight, but also very talented and, have flashed a lot throughout camp. But for us, I guess it comes down to just execution, right? I think there's some plays tonight that we'll go back and we'll watch the film. Obviously, I haven't watched it back yet, but that we were just off on, just off on a couple little things. And again, that's some of that might be first game jitters. Some of that might be, just working through the chemistry as an offense, right? And learning what I'm good at, like what our offense is good at, what type of run plays, what type of pass plays, right? I could go through a plethora of things, but, we'll go watch the film and we'll see what we need to improve on because there's always things to improve on.
You played in big games before, and this is your first time on Miami, and with such a long layoff, it's not your first debut as well in college. How did this game compare to the feeling of your college debuts?
Obviously, it was a huge game. I mean, top 10 matchup. Coming into it, I mean, the bus ride over here, I was feeling it. You know, like in my head, like it felt like just like any other one of those, you know, top 10 matchups that I've played in. But when I got onto the field, I just felt surprisingly comfortable. I just constantly reminded myself and told myself that I had been there before. There's a reason that I'm here. God's put me here for a reason, and I'm not in this alone. I got teammates around me that have been working their tail off, working their butt off, that are going to make plays. So let them make plays, and I'll just be me. And shoot, that was more than enough tonight. So.
Carson, they erased a 10-point lead there in the fourth quarter, but you guys still had, you know, tie game ball. What were you saying to the guys? You've played in a lot of these big games, big moments, but you had a lot of young guys that hadn't been in that moment. What were you saying to them to maybe calm them down on that winning drive?
I'm telling them we're going to go score. Like, this is what we do. We've done it before. We practice those situations all the time. And, I mean, when you do it in practice, you do it in the game. That's why you practice so hard, so that when the opportunity presents itself in the game, it's like second nature, right? And, you know, us being able to go out and do that in the first game of the season is huge, not only for our offense but for our team, right? You know, it kind of just shows what we have, you know, to come in the future. So.
You know, you've been used to an avid Georgia fan base. What did you think of the UM fans tonight?
Oh, it was awesome. The crowd was electric. Obviously, the orange out, the whole fourth quarter show. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and they showed up and showed out. It was loud in there. It was loud in there for sure. I think our defense was feeding off that energy, definitely. So obviously, super thankful for the Canes fan base, and hopefully we can, you know, keep some more games like that in the future. Absolutely.
Yeah, Carson, obviously you say a lot of guys didn't get in the mix tonight, but next week you have Bethune-Cookman, where there's a chance a lot of them will. What do you think you'll learn more about your team after Bethune-Cookman? Because obviously this was a tight contest that you were able to win. Next week, more players will play.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll go back and watch this film and, you know, fix the things that we need to fix. And then after that, we go in there, I meet with the coaches, and we go watch the film on the next opponent. So obviously I haven't even watched a second or an ounce of film on them. So we'll get to that tomorrow, and then, you know, when the game time comes, we'll see what our plan is.
Awesome. Thanks, Carson.
So, appreciate y'all.
Thank you very much. He was a freshman, Carson coming in as a transfer. So do you guys feel like you're kind of growing together into this system?
Yes, I would say we're growing together, not only as a team but as a family. Outside of football, we bond, and we coming together.
And then what contributed, do you think, to just the connection that you had with Carson today?
Just really getting in there early, long film studies, just hungry to learn. The stuff we did in practice, it shows in the game. So just our work and our work ethic.
You could have still been in high school right now. What does it mean to be able to have the impact that you had tonight? First college game, top 10 win. What was this experience like?
The experience was great. I got the chance to go out there and show my God-given ability. So without God, none of this would be possible.
Okay, what prepared you for this moment in your mind, to be able to step into the stage, top 10 opponent, being 17 years old like you are, to mentally be ready for this?
Really the long days and the short nights. Getting in there, watching film at 6 a.m., getting on the jug, stretching. Just what you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So my preparation is a big impact on me, and that shows tonight. So as long as I keep doing what I got to, keep preparing myself the right way, I'll keep playing to the best of my abilities.
You nervous at all? Did you have butterflies?
Early when they announced me as the starter, but coming into the game, though, I was more confident.
Anything else from Malachi? You saw Michael Irvin on the sidelines there, obviously Hall of Famer. Did he say anything to you tonight?
He just said, keep going. Keep your foot on their neck. Don't let up.
I think teams are going to prepare for you more now after, Coach was saying they're trying to keep you a secret, but I guess the secret's out.
That's on them. I just got to do my job, be the best Malachi Toney for the University of Miami.
Thanks, Malachi.